Warning: mature content may be present within this video, such as strong language, sexual references, and suggestive themes. View at your own discretion.
Hello everyone, AtomicDudMan here. I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Beware, Begone. Today we will be looking at the newly released, turn-based Civ/XCOM hybrid baby of Empire of Sin that is developed by Romero Games and published by Paradox Interactive. Also, in my latest video shows that 96.7% of you are not yet subscribed. If you could, please click that subscribe button. It really does help the channel out. I personally believe in quality over quantity for my channel, so I only upload one time a week. So if you want to be notified when a new video goes live, hit that small little bell icon down below. With all that being said, kick back, relax, and enjoy today's show. Game Overview. Empire of Sin is a new strategy game brought to you by Romero Games and Paradox Interactive that puts you at the heart of the ruthless criminal underworld of the 1920s Prohibition-era Chicago. Slip into the shoes of one of the 14 real and historically inspired mob bosses such as Al Capone, Stephanie St. Clair, or Goldie Garnu and assemble a ragtag gang, build and manage your criminal empire, and defend your turf from rival gangs. It's up to you to hustle, charm, and intimidate your way to the top and do whatever it takes to stay there. Break a leg. The gameplay within Empire of Sin is fairly redundant and gets old kinda quickly. All you do is go around and take the city over, and that's practically it. What Empire of Sin has you do is attempt to simulate that the use of diplomacy matters within the game, which is contradicted by the end goal being to wipe out all other bosses within the game to try and win. Unlike that of Civ or other strategy turn-based games, you cannot win the game by a diplomatic victory or anything of that nature. It is to build your empire and eliminate the competition. You can hire specialist gang members within the game that adds a flair to your empire and upgrade their skills throughout time. Personally, the combat is very gruesome and violent, and if you wound an enemy, you can brutalize them, executing them in a gruesome fashion. But be careful, because this can activate traits to make your character cruel and ruthless. The progression system is very well balanced within the game. You have an RPG style of colored gear that drops after you take over a building or even ransack them. After you clear out buildings, they change over to you if you choose so. Also, you can take over buildings other than rival gangs, called Derelict buildings run by thugs. You have to be careful, because if you start to expand your empire, other gang leaders will recognize this and want you to pay tribute to them to stay in their good graces. Empire of Sin's game length varies depending on how many neighborhoods you choose to take over and how many other crime bosses you decide to take on within the game. The difficulty setting within the game is a bad joke. It does not add any more challenge to the game from what I personally could see. One thing that rather impressed me was the graphics. They're actually pretty gorgeous. The street designs are very detailed and well designed. The rain was a nice feature that I was surprised to even see within the game. My main gripe with the weather system in the game is that the time within the game goes throughout the year and into December. I am sad to say that living an hour away from Chicago, in real life, it's disappointing that there was no snow or seasonal decoration depending on the month you were in. If you go downtown Chicago or anywhere in Chicago like the Loop, it looks very decorated during December, and they have lights everywhere, they have Christmas trees, all the storefronts have Christmas stuff on them and stuff of that nature, and it's snowy, it's colder. I'm just shocked that that wasn't in the game. If they added rain, they should have took it a step further and added snow as well. I personally recall that last year, within 2019, we had snow on Halloween and found it kind of bizarre that there was no snow or seasonal changes within the game, but that's just me being a little bit nitpicky with Empire of Sin. When it came down to the gore in the game, I absolutely adored it. The blood splatter effects, the physics were very well done within the game, and even had a pooling effect that looked like it rippled. There was also trash in some areas of the game that would blow through the wind of the city if you're down on the street view. It was very nice to see. The audio really immerses you within the game, giving you those 1920s vibes within the windy city of Chicago. You hear a lot of jazz and lovely tunes throughout the game. The sound effects that came to the game were disgustingly satisfying. You could smack someone in the face with a bat and hear the crackle of their jaw. If you slit someone's throat, you could hear the character drown and gurgle in their own blood. Maybe I'm just a little sadistic, but I loved hearing stuff like this in games. Red Dead Redemption 2 does something similar to this when they stab someone and slit their throat. I know it's very gruesome, but it's just oddly satisfying in the game. Maybe it's just me, maybe I'm just a sadist, I don't know, but I love that shit in games. It's fun. Story, cutscenes, and voice acting are mediocre at best, but it is an indie title. The story I never really seem to care about. Each character you can play as within the game has an independent story actually, but it's difficult to care about a story when you have these 10 asshole crime bosses knock on your door and threatening you at every turn. So instead of focusing on these character stories, I just wiped out the other bosses and grew my empire. And then when I killed the last boss, my screen went black. When my screen went black, I was actually quite confused at first, and then it said, "You win," and showed how much time it took me and when I completed it, and I was like, huh. So I'm not required to complete the character's story to win. So this typically devalues even completing the story, making the story meaningless unless you just want to do it for fun because you have just a love for the game. Monetization within Empire Sin is currently non-existent at the time of recording this video, but for modding the game, I did find there are 5 other DLCs that are in development as of right now, but I didn't really mess around with them because I didn't want to devastate my game, so I just left that alone for now. But there is DLC that is coming to the game, but I have no idea what it is. The major downfall of Empire Sin is that it tries to be a jack of all trades and a master of none. The game is painstakingly boring. It becomes tedious when you keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. Kill them, take over, become a dickhead. That's pretty much what it is. Personally, I'm a huge sucker for games of this nature, but not within this format. When someone attacks your business, it forces you to fight whoever is coming at you, even if you know you're fucked, outmatched, but you're still forced to fight. This pissed me off so fucking much. It literally infuriated me where I literally had to stop playing the game because it's just so annoying. Because I had so many people at war with me, and it just kept sucking me into my businesses, having to fight this person, fight, even if I was under equipped and I didn't have the upgrades for my business, for my defenses of people. I just kept getting fucked and bent over, and I knew I didn't have a chance when there's 5 people and I only have 2 guys guarding the place. It was just so frustrating and so annoying. I wish the game would have given me an option to let the NPCs duke it out and give a probability of you even winning or losing the fight. If the probability was low, you should have the opportunity to drive over as the leader or a hired gang member to help your crew out of that business. No offense to Romero games or anything, but the NPCs in the game, their outfits, look like trash. They literally look so generic and rushed, it's frustrating. Also, the lack of customization of your own character's clothing was a bit annoying that you couldn't change it up a little bit. You're stuck with the same outfit through the entire playthrough. Also, when you become a higher level, you can go straight to these rival bosses' safe house and literally steamroll them, take over all their businesses. And I know a lot of other people also experience a ton of bugs in the game. I personally never experienced any of these. This game released as a 1.0, but it promised us the ultimate turn-based, immersive, RPG, strategy, mafia title of this entire generation of gaming, but it falls short, feeling like an early access title. Honestly, I don't know what the fuck these developers are thinking in their brains. I understand they want to get games out and they have pressure and everything like that, but this is another game that could have used way more time to develop and come up with more ideas and look through stuff. I understand they live streamed their game and everything like that for a while and did everything, but these things should have been known. These bugs, this just should have been better. Jesus Christ. What the fuck is this gaming industry doing, dude? I'm just so tired of it. If you did this shit back on the original Xbox and the PS2 era of a game, no one would buy your game, and your game would be deemed a fucking dumpster pile, and no one would buy it because there was none of this shit where, oh, we can fucking fix it later, it's just okay. No, this is just shit. I'm just so sick of it, dude. Okay, as I mentally unraveled there for a second, let's get back on the topic. Sadly, there are only a few main highlights of Empire Sin, and that is it's not a full price game. It is $39.99 USD, and it does have some other small redeeming qualities. It is a game you can sit back and just play for the hell of it and relax. It's very visually appealing as a game. It's violent and has very fun combat in my opinion, with really good awesome sound design. But a pretty looking game doesn't mean everything in today's market. Empire Sin could have used another year of development time. With its rush game design, they do a lot right and they do a lot wrong in this game at the same time. The setting in Chicago is done well, but seasons are not within the game. There's rain, but there's no snow. Game is aesthetically appealing, but lacks depth. Not a full price game, but still, money is money at the end of the day in these hard times that we're in. This was a hard review to personally make because I really like this game, but I can't lie to you guys, my viewers, saying you must go out and buy this game. I had to put my love for this game aside and tell you the game is really about, and sadly, I'm guilty of enjoying a bad game. But I'm not going to put that off on you guys. I'm going to tell you how it is. So the final verdict is a concrete 6.8 out of 10. 68% and ruling this game as a beware if you dare. This game has a lot left to be desired and hoped it would be the ultimate Mafia experience, but sadly it wasn't. Don't get me wrong, this game has a lot of major potential, but so does Red Dead Redemption 2 online mode, and that mode still is a shit show as of right now. Wait for Empire Sin to go on sale. If you could pick it up for 20 bucks, that makes more sense, but don't pay $40 for it, guys. Also, here's a quick shout out to my supporters and Patreons. If you want to become a member today, that'd be awesome. The link is down in the description below, but I would personally love to give a special thanks to LJK1232. If you enjoyed today's video, please make sure to subscribe because 96.7% of you are not subscribed yet, and I'd love to see you around the channel more often. Also, I want to know what you think of Empire Sin. Let me know down in the comments section below. Make sure to hit that tiny little itty bitty bell icon to get notified once a week when a new video goes live. I really hope you enjoyed your time with me as I did with you, your host, AtomicDudMan, and until next time.